Just waiting for the plane to stop going over. Ah, it's a helicopter. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been meaning to start this for a while now, but to be honest, I put it off because I said I didn't have the equipment, and I said I didn't want to embarrass myself, which I'm sure that I will embarrass myself when I watch it back and cringe hard, but you know, it doesn't really matter, you just got to go for it. Everyone starts somewhere, so just gonna get on with it really. And today I am going to be filming this look, which don't really know what you call it. It's sort of a scarecrow meets nude lip, sort of copper eye type thing, so just gonna go for it really. And just a warning that in a minute you're gonna see me with no makeup, so if you don't want to see that, which is understandable, I would look away now. So here she is in all her no makeup glory. Just getting that hair back, getting it out of the way. And I'm first of all going in with the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So I have quite big pores, so I like to use this basically. It sort of makes them look a little bit less pronounced. So I'm just scrubbing all of that in. Getting it all nice and smooth. Still going. I'm now moving on to foundation, and that's this, which is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum, and I'm using that in the shade 53 Light Beige. It's a really good match for me actually, although it's more of my fake tan shade and I haven't tanned in a while, so that's probably why it's a little bit dark, but on the whole it's really good. Yeah, and I'm just buffing that in using the Real Techniques buffing brush, just making sure that there's no red patches and buffing that all in. I'm now moving on to concealer, and this is the Rimmel Match Perfection. And it is in the shade Ivory, and I find this really good. I like the applicator on it because it's like a little brush, that's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, you can just sort of use it to dab onto your face rather than using your fingers or whatever, but I'm just smoothing that in with a Real Techniques pointed foundation brush. As you might have noticed, I don't always use brushes for what they say they should be used for, so obviously it's for foundation, I'm using it for concealer, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Just use it for whatever you want to use it for. But I find it's quite good because it sort of paints the concealer on, and that stupid bit of hair keeps falling down, and it's really rather annoying. Anyway, just going in for a blemish there that I've got, just trying to cover that up and failing. A few more blemishes over that side. Basically I'm just a spotty bugger. Now what am I doing? I'm looking for something. So, oh, dropping something. Sounds about right. Now it's time to powder, and I'm using the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot. So yeah, I find this powder really good. It's more of a yellow toned powder, which is good for setting under the eyes, I find. I don't like to use a lot of powder because I like a kind of glowy effect, because I've got quite dry skin, so I don't want it to look too flat. I like to have a little bit of a shine, so I'm just dabbing that on under the eyes, a bit on the nose and chin and forehead, just to make sure there's no excess shine on there. And And now it's time to bronze, and you can see by my face the packaging is a bit grubby, but it's the L'Oreal Glam bronze in the shade 06 Golden Bronze. And I just like to sweep this all over my face in a sort of 3 shape on either side of the cheek. And I have just put way too much on, as you can see by my face, but I'll blend it out, it's no biggie. So yeah, just doing a little 3 symbol on each cheek. Hair getting in the way again, annoying me. Yeah, so just over the temples, over the cheekbones, or the hollow of the cheekbones, and under the chin sort of area. Just a sort of light contour really, without actually contouring. And just blending all that in. Bit on the nose as well, because no one wants a white nose. I'm now moving on to eyeshadow, and yes, I know I do things in a weird order, but this is the Makeup Academy eyeshadow in the shade Copper, and I picked this up the other day and it was £1, people, if you can believe that, and it's so pigmented, as you can see, just dabbing it on my eyelids there, and making funny faces, but yeah, it's a real bargain. I have no idea what I was doing there. I think I was trying to get a bit closer to the old camera, but yes, just dabbing that on my eye anyway and blending it out. And I forgot to say that I'm using the Real Techniques base shadow brush. And just moving on to the other eye, because no one likes to have only one eye with eyeshadow on, so just making sure that everything's even on the other side basically. Yep, still going. And now just to add a bit of depth to that shadow, I'm using one of the shades from this eyeshadow quad from L'Oreal, which is the Colour Riche, and it's that one there, which is, they are the shades Infiniment Bronze, I believe, and that is the crease shade that I'm just doing there. Basically just the outer V and the crease a little bit, just to give a bit more definition. And that's the darkest shade that I'm using in the palette there. And I am doing that with the Bold Metals by Real Techniques brushes, and that is the brush number 201, which I believe is the pointed crease brush. And then just buffing that all out with the Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush, can't speak. Now I'm just going under my eye with that shade in the palette there that I'm pointing out about 5 times, and just going under with a little brush from number 7, I believe it is. It's just a smoky eyeliner brush is the name of it, and I just find it really good. It's a good tool for sort of smoking out that under eye, just making sure there's no harsh lines and it's all just looks quite smoky and flattering. So yeah, if you're freaked out by eyeballs, I would probably look away, because I'm pretty much drawing on my eyeball. Yeah, there are no words, but I think that's my I'm trying to find something face. And I found something, and it's this, which is the Revlon Colorstay Liquid Eye Pen. So it's basically just a liquid eyeliner, but I like the nib of the pen, because I find it's really easy to use, and I find normally I will cock this up, but today I don't think I did. I mean, I did my best, but I'm sure one eye will always be slightly uneven, but it wasn't too bad of an attempt anyway. By the way, I completely underestimated how difficult it would be to do this while filming it, because normally I use my mirror and just look straight in it and concentrate on that, but I was trying to concentrate on getting a good view, which clearly I didn't do, but I did my best. And yeah, somewhere around here I think I eventually decide that I fiddled about with it a bit too much, and I'm sort of happy with that, so moving on. Yeah, time to curl those eyelashes anyway, and this is the Tweezerman eyelash curlers that I'm using, I believe. I've had these for a little while. So yeah, not sure what those faces are that I'm pulling, but I'm trying to curl my eyelashes anyway, and doing a funny job of it. Nice double chin, love. Really attractive. And I'm now going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara in the waterproof version, because I'm planning on going out and I expect it will rain. So just getting it all over my eyelid. But it's just a really flattering mascara because it gives you loads of length and definition, but without being clumpy, because I don't like those ones that make you look like you have spider eyelashes, and this really doesn't do that, so I recommend it. And I challenge anyone to put mascara on without making some weird faces, so I don't feel too bad about this one. She says. Cringe. And then just doing a bit on the lower lashes. I don't like it when it looks really obvious that you've put mascara on your bottom lashes, but I like a little bit on there anyway. Oh, there's that tongue again. And I'm about to do brows. I know I do this in a funny order, but hey ho. It's the Soap and Glory Archery pencil that I'm using, and it's the one with a spoolie on one end. Such a weird word, spoolie. And the pencil on the other end. And I use it in the shade Hot Chocolate. They only do it in 2 shades, which I think sucks, to be honest, because there's more than 2 shades of eyebrow. But anyway, the reason I like to do it after my eyes is because sometimes if you do eyebrows first, I think you can end up, or I can end up, going a bit over the top and making them a bit too bushy. Whereas I think if you've done your eye makeup first, you know sort of how you want the look to end up, really. That's my justification for it anyway. It might just be that I'm weird, to be honest, but anyway. And you'll see that the way I tend to use the pencil is with sort of feathery strokes to try and make it look quite natural, and like you've got actual hairs there rather than just drawing a line, because I'm not a fan of these eyebrows that look like they've been drawn on with marker pens. So yeah, just trying to make it as natural as possible, really. And I've got one eyebrow which is the first one I did, that tends to go quite well, and now I'm onto the eyebrow which is a bit of a rebel, so look forward to trying to make that one look as normal as possible. Yeah, so relatively happy with that. So now I'm just smoothing everything out with the spoolie. There's that word again. I then like to set that in place using my Rimmel Brow This Way brow gel, and I have this in the shade medium brown. I really like the shade of this. Before I used this, I used the L'Oreal one. I think it's called the Brow Definer. but they only do a couple of shades, and the light one is sort of ginger and the dark one is a bit too dark, whereas this is somewhere sort of in between, so I like this. The only thing I don't like about it is the spoolie is quite big, so it does tend to deposit quite a lot of gel on your eyebrows. So I always make sure that I scrape loads of the gel off on these off the wand before I use it on my eyebrows. So it only just puts a little bit on, but yeah. And by the way, I'm going for a record of how many things I can drop in one video. Pretty sure I just had a little look at the wildlife out the window. Anyway, we're now on to blusher, and it helps if you turn it up the right way. But it's the H&M Pink Peach Pure Radiance Powder Blusher. And that's what it looks like, and it's a really flattering pinky peach, funnily enough. And put a bit too much on my brush, so I'm just blowing that off. And I'm using the blush brush from Real Techniques. And again, I think I went a bit overboard with this, so I will just blend it out to make it look a little bit more natural and less like a ragdoll. And now it's time for highlighter, and this is the Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter, and it's in the shade Iridescent Gold. And this isn't too pigmented, it's not really up there with the likes of Mary Luminizer or ones like that, but it does the job, and from the drugstore it's one of the better highlighters, I would say, hence why I've chosen it. It gives a nice sort of shimmery glow, so if you don't like shimmer, stay away from this, but it is quite shimmery. And I'm just putting that on the Cupid's bow, down the nose a little bit, on the chin, and just above my contour, and just on the forehead a bit, just to give a nice little shimmer. And at this point I realised that I don't actually have a lipstick to finish the look, so yeah, you're just basically just looking at my garden right now while I potter off to go and get something that I can use as a lipstick. And I've decided to return. Here I am with my lipstick that I've chosen, and it's the Rimmel Lasting Finish lipstick in 03, and it's sort of a browny nude colour, and I love these lipsticks. They're really moisturising and come in a great range of colours. So I'm just sort of dabbing that into my lips for a more natural look. And I'm just going to top that off with some gloss, and it's the Natural Collection Blackcurrant Bonanza. And yeah, just dropped it. Anyone would think I was clumsy, but you know, I'm not saying anything. So just picking that up, getting on with it. Let's forget that happened. And now that I've finished with the makeup, I need to let the old barnet down. So, oh, she thinks she's in a hair commercial. So just making that all a little bit loose so it's not all tangled up. And oh, nice little bit of hair sticking out there at the side. Wurzel gummidge, anyone? And there we have it anyway. There is the finished look. And she finally sorted a bit of hair out. Good. But yeah, we're all done. And thanks for watching, basically. I'm hopefully going to post a lot more videos up on my channel. Obviously I've only done one so far. But if you like the video, hit subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.